and we'll talk about a missed opportunity again for you in a crisscross company scenario. Christian at WrestleMania.
I don't know if I believe this one. I don't know. If I'm Tony Khan, why would I let one of my top guys work for my rival promotion? Why would I? It doesn't make sense to me. Unless Christian goes there with an AEW shirt on to promote the company, but I don't see them agreeing to something like that. So why would Tony let Christian work WrestleMania? That's out there, man. That's like, I don't know. But think about it. Mickey James went with a belt for another company into WWE and worked her deal, right?
Right.
She's in the Rumble.
Correct.
So, I mean, you never say never, but this one's I don't know. What do you think?
I don't think it's going to happen.
Okay.
I do think we'll see Gangrel, because Gangrel seems to be just everywhere these days.
Okay.
As he told us, he's pretty much a vampire who just will not live. He lives forever. I think it's very hard to believe, especially with the investment that Tony Khan put into Christian, who paid him a lot of money to come from WWE to AEW.
Right.
Why would you want to enhance their biggest show of the year with a guy you invested that much money into only 2-3 years later? That makes no business sense whatsoever.
As cool as it would be, I could be off the mark on this one, but I just can't see Tony agreeing to this unless he gets something out of it. What is AEW going to get out of it? Are they going to put over the rival promotion on WrestleMania?
I can't see that happening.
I don't see it either. That's a weird one. This is I don't know who started this one, but it's interesting.
It is interesting because there's the rumblings of the Brood reunion, the darkness of the Finn Balor group mixed with the darkness of Edge and the Brood. Makes sense. It's there. It's absolutely logical, but it's not, because if one of the guys is in the other promotion, it just can't happen. Now, WWE did send Christian again to Impact for an anniversary show, but all he did was present like an award. Right. He didn't wrestle, and he was out there for about a minute.
Well, I mean, I look, stranger things have happened in this business. You never say never, like I said earlier, but if this does happen, I will really be shocked. I will be shocked. Like, I would say he has to wear an AEW shirt. He's
in the Brood. He can't wear an AEW shirt.
He has to have some branding on him so that company gets something out of his appearance. Are they going to, on commentary, are they going to say, oh, it's Christian from AEW, all elite. He's all elite, ladies and gentlemen.
That's what it would have to be.
They're not going to do it. They can't do that. Can they?
If he comes out if they do the Brood thing and he is there, when we could eat our hats, if that's the case, he would be wearing the Brood gimmick with the white shirt and the sunglasses.
The AEW across the ruffles on the white shirt.
And Corey Graves, who likes to throw monikers out there very loosely, he would say something like, It's Gangrel, it's Edge, and the one who's the elite member of the Brood, it's Christian.
I don't know. I just feel like I feel like AEW needs to get something out of that appearance. They need to be recognized. That's the only, like, if I was Tony, that's the only way I'd let him do it, is if they put him over as somebody from AEW.
So let me ask you this. So let's go back to the one we talked about a million times, ECW on Raw. To promote Barely Legal, okay, it made sense. But you weren't there. We've talked about it. It's on the YouTube channel. It's something that you were not happy about because Shane did not want to go.
Yeah.
Okay.
We didn't want to go.
What would have been the more impactful moment? Shane walking out on Monday Night Raw, or with all the heat that Shane had with the WWF and everybody involved with the WWF and Vince, or Christian walking out on a WrestleMania being involved with AEW that's only been around for 2 or 3 years? What would be a more impactful moment? You guys stepping through that RAW, the two of you, or Christian coming up with that smoke and that fire with, being involved with AEW? What do you think's a more impactful kind of like shocker cross
Well,
promoter?
I think for me, thinking back, Shane and Vince, there was always some heat there, right? I
Oh
don't
yeah.
know if Christian has any heat with the company, with WWE. I don't know if he left on good terms. I mean, people leave all the time back and forth for money reasons. Um, Shane was different. There was this heat that they didn't like each other, and Shane has a tendency to bury people in public
A little bit,
a little bit, just a
tiny
little
bit.
bit. So that it's a different dynamic when it's behind the scenes. The politics are going on in one case, and maybe in the other case, it was just like, well, he left for more money. Maybe there's no bad blood with Christian. There was certainly bad blood with Shane. So you would never expect Shane to walk through that door. So I feel like that would be a bigger shock, because for somebody to keep saying, I'll never work for him again, I'll never go back, I'll never do this. And then you see them, it's like, holy shit, where'd he come from? Whereas Christian, oh, wow, it's Christian. He's getting a payday. He's working WrestleMania. I don't hear Christian bad mouthing WWE, right? I don't think there's any bad blood between them. I kind of think that they just parted ways for money reasons.
Correct.
So to me, it would be somebody, whether it be Shane or whether it be anyone who has heat, walking back into that company.
Yeah. No, I think that in that long run, even though AEW is what it is, that ECW WWF crossover to this day is still going to be the biggest, I think, shocking moment in wrestling history, to see ECW cross over that line and come into the WWF ring is still, to me, the most shocking thing ever. Now, it'll be cool if Christian is there and that AEW WWE crossover happens. It's cool.
Yep. Yep.
To me, it'll always be the fact, like, Raven comes through the entryway. Sabu jumps off the top of the sign. Taz is in the ring doing the pose. The Dudleys drop Sandman or Dreamer in the 3D. If you guys came through with crowd or did whatever you did, literally would have been the most shocking moment. It would be on one of those countdowns of shocking moments.
Yeah, and I feel like that's something that shouldn't be advertised. It should, that if we agreed to do that, that should have totally been a surprise and tried to be kayfabe for as long as possible. But I desperately tried to talk Shane into going. He was just
I can't
like,
believe he'd be
hell no.
stubborn. I cannot
Hell
believe
to the no. That wasn't happening. So sat home and watched it like every other person in the world, and was bitter, super bitter that I wasn't there.
And